Have you ever noticed that some women leave a lasting impression without even trying? They aren't the loudest in the room. They don't compete for attention. They don't constantly seek approval or try to impress everyone they meet. Yet somehow, people remember them long after the conversation is over. For many men, that's exactly how a Sigma female feels. She doesn't follow the crowd, and she doesn't change who she is just to fit someone else's expectations. Her confidence is quiet, her emotions are controlled, and her presence often creates more curiosity than certainty. The interesting part is that most men never say what they're actually thinking. Some are intrigued, some feel intimidated, some admire her independence, others completely misunderstand her. But beneath all those reactions lies one simple truth. Sigma females are different, and people naturally notice what is different. Today, we're exploring 10 things men secretly think about Sigma females. Some of these thoughts come from admiration, others from insecurity, and a few from pure curiosity. Let's begin. 1. She's different from anyone I've met. One of the first thoughts many men have after meeting a Sigma female is that she doesn't seem like everyone else. She isn't trying to dominate the conversation. She isn't competing for attention. She doesn't laugh at every joke just to fit in. Instead, she seems comfortable simply being herself. That confidence feels unusual. Many people adjust their personalities depending on who they're with. The Sigma female rarely feels the need to do that. She speaks when she has something meaningful to say and stays quiet when she doesn't. For many men, this creates an immediate sense of curiosity. They start wondering what makes her think differently, what experiences shaped her, why she seems so comfortable standing apart from the crowd. That mystery often becomes the beginning of a much deeper fascination. 2. I can't figure her out. Most people reveal a lot about themselves during the first few conversations. The Sigma female usually doesn't. She answers questions honestly, but she doesn't overshare. She values privacy and believes trust should develop naturally over time. To many men, this feels refreshing. In a world where people often reveal everything immediately, someone who keeps a little mystery naturally stands out. The more they talk to her, the more they realize there's always another layer to discover. She may enjoy deep conversations about psychology one moment and quietly work toward ambitious personal goals the next. She isn't unpredictable. She's simply multifaceted. That complexity keeps many men thinking about her long after they've gone home. 3. She doesn't need me to be happy. For some men, this realization is inspiring. For others, it's intimidating. The Sigma female enjoys relationships, but she doesn't depend on one to feel complete. She has her own ambitions, her own routines, her own interests. She knows how to enjoy life on her own. That independence changes the dynamic completely. Instead of looking for someone to rescue her, she's looking for someone who complements the life she's already built. Many men secretly admire this because it removes unnecessary pressure from the relationship. At the same time, it can make insecure people uncomfortable. Someone who doesn't need constant validation is much harder to control, and that confidence often commands respect without ever asking for it. 4. She notices more than she says. One thing many men discover over time is that the Sigma female is incredibly observant. She notices small changes in behavior. She remembers details from conversations. She pays attention to tone, body language, and consistency. The surprising part is that she rarely points these things out immediately. Instead, she quietly watches. She gives people the chance to reveal who they really are. This can make some men feel deeply understood. Others become nervous when they realize very little escapes her attention. She doesn't judge people after one mistake, but she does notice patterns, and once she recognizes a pattern, it's difficult to convince her otherwise. That's why many men become more thoughtful around her. They know she's paying attention, even when she says very little. 5. I want her respect more than her attention. Attention is easy to get, respect is much harder. Many men eventually realize they care more about earning a Sigma female's respect than simply getting her attention. Why? Because she doesn't give respect automatically. She gives it based on character. She respects honesty, consistency, integrity, personal responsibility. She isn't impressed by flashy words or expensive possessions if they aren't supported by genuine actions. That challenges many men in a positive way. Instead of trying to impress her with appearances, they begin focusing on becoming someone worthy of her trust. Whether they realize it or not, the Sigma female often inspires personal growth simply by refusing to lower her standards. And that quiet influence is one of the biggest reasons she remains unforgettable. 6. She's hard to impress. One thing many men quickly notice is that a Sigma female isn't easily impressed by appearances. Expensive gifts, luxury cars, social status. None of these automatically earn her admiration. She pays far more attention to character than image. She notices how a man treats people who can do nothing for him. She watches whether his actions match his words. She respects humility more than arrogance and consistency more than empty promises. For men who are used to winning people over with charm alone, this can be surprising. They realize that with a Sigma female, authenticity matters far more than appearances. And that's exactly why her opinion feels so valuable. 7. She'll walk away if I stop trying. Many men secretly recognize that a Sigma female won't stay in a relationship where she's the only one making an effort. She isn't interested in chasing someone who has stopped choosing her. If communication becomes one-sided, if respect slowly disappears, if promises are never followed by action, she quietly begins to step back. She doesn't threaten to leave every time there's a problem. She simply pays attention to whether the relationship is still built on mutual effort. This often makes men realize they can't take her for granted. Unlike someone who stays out of fear of being alone, the Sigma female is willing to walk away if the relationship no longer reflects her values. That knowledge naturally encourages greater effort from people who genuinely want to keep her in their lives. 8. She's stronger than she looks. Many people mistake quietness for weakness. The Sigma female proves how misleading that assumption can be. She rarely reacts impulsively. She stays calm under pressure. She doesn't feel the need to win every argument or prove every point. At first, some men interpret this as softness. Over time, they realize it's emotional strength. Real strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the ability to remain calm when everyone else is losing control. Sometimes it's having enough confidence to walk away from disrespect instead of fighting for approval. That quiet resilience often becomes one of the qualities men admire most. 9. Losing her would be difficult. Not every man admits it out loud, but many eventually realize that a Sigma female is difficult to replace. It's not because she's perfect. It's because of the combination of qualities she brings into a relationship. She listens without judging. She communicates honestly. She respects personal space while still valuing emotional closeness. She encourages growth instead of control. After experiencing that kind of relationship, superficial connections often feel less meaningful. Some men only recognize her value after she's gone. They compare future relationships to the emotional maturity, peace, and authenticity she offered. That's when they realize she wasn't easy to replace after all. 10. She makes me want to become better. Perhaps the most powerful thought many men never say out loud is this: she makes me want to become a better man. Not because she demands perfection, not because she constantly criticizes, but because of the way she lives. She values discipline, she respects honesty, she keeps learning, growing, and improving herself. Being around someone with that mindset often inspires others to raise their own standards. Many men begin communicating better, taking greater responsibility, working harder toward their goals, not because she asked them to, but because she quietly demonstrated what emotional maturity looks like. That's a rare kind of influence, and it's one that often stays with people long after the relationship ends. Conclusion: people often wonder why Sigma females leave such a lasting impression. The answer isn't simply that they're mysterious or independent. It's that they bring something increasingly rare into people's lives. They offer honesty instead of games, confidence instead of insecurity, peace instead of unnecessary drama. They don't try to compete for attention. They don't pretend to be someone they're not. And they don't build relationships on manipulation or emotional dependence. Because of that, many men secretly admire them far more than they ever admit. Some respect their independence. Some are inspired by their confidence. Others only realize their value after they've walked away. In the end, what men secretly think about Sigma females isn't really about mystery. It's about authenticity. A Sigma female reminds people that real confidence doesn't need to be loud, and genuine strength doesn't need constant recognition. That's why she's remembered long after the conversation ends. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments. Which Sigma female trait do you think men admire the most? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos on Sigma female psychology, relationships, and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.